Canadian hockey today has seen a greater emphasis being put on skating skills, puck movement, and in the thinking approach to the game. This has increased the importance of checking. Skating is the most important skill in today's game, and it's the foundation upon which all hockey skills are built, especially checking. As skating skills and confidence improve, a four-step progression can be used to teach checking. The CAHA Coaching Committee feels that this progression is the best way to ensure young hockey players learn and develop their skills so they may play in a fair and safe environment for many years to come. Checking is an advanced skill that is best learned in stages, beginning with skating skills. Once the skating skills of edge control, start and stops, turns, and pivots are mastered, then a four-step progression can be used to teach checking skills. These are positioning angling, stick checks, body contact, and body checking.
I think the most important thing about this video is that it's got a four-step progression that in the end will give you effective body checking. And the key to the progression is that body contact, at that step of this progression, you learn things like skating and angling, controlling your skating speed, a lot of things that in the end will lead to better and more effective body checking. So the progression is good because it's a step-by-step. It teaches safety first, and I think it's appropriate that youngsters learn to handle a puck and attain the other skills like balance, good posture, those types of things that in the end will allow them to become effective body checkers.
The first progression to teaching checking involves positioning and angling. In this forechecking clip, the checker reads full control or an advantage by the puck carrier and uses a controlled, angled approach. This enables a player to steer the puck carrier towards the boards to apply the appropriate stick check, body contact, or body check. In this 1 versus 1, the forechecker reads less puck control and pressures the puck carrier. Less puck control is an advantage to the forechecker. In this 1 versus 1 in the defensive zone, the defending player aligns shoulder to shoulder. The defending player uses a controlled angle approach, head up, and steers the player towards the boards to finish the check. Angling is the basis of checking. It enables the checker to force the opponent to go in the direction you want. This would normally be towards the boards or to the outside of you. Positioning, such as control skating, feet shoulder width apart, head up, and stick on the ice, develop good angling skills. The second step in the progression is stick checking. The angle and speed of approach will put the player in a position to execute one of the following stick checks. In the poke check, the defender aligns outside shoulder to inside shoulder to angle the opponent towards the board. The defender keeps a tight gap with the attacker. The elbow is bent and close to the body. With proper timing, the defender extends the arm and pokes the puck away, keeping a strong and balanced position. Avoid lunging, as this will put you off balance. In the sweep check, the checker keeps moving. The stick sweeps in a circular motion. The checker keeps his position and is careful to avoid a trip. In the hook check, the checker approaches from behind and the stick traps the puck in the curve of the blade, pulling the puck towards the checker. The stick press is a useful technique. It restricts the movement of the opponent's stick. The stick of the defender is pressed down on the lower shaft. It is useful in all areas of the ice, but especially in front of the goal when an opponent is about to receive a pass. In the stick lift, the puck carrier's stick is lifted by the checker, quickly taking the puck. The checker should approach from the side or behind, gaining the inside position. The third stage of the checking progression is body contact. Body contact is an individual defensive tactic where the defensive player legally blocks the path of the offensive puck carrier. According to the Quebec Ice Hockey Federation, body contact must be a result of the movement of the puck carrier. The defensive player must not hit the offensive player by going in the opposite direction. There cannot be an intentional collision of two players going in opposite directions. There must be no action where the puck carrier is pushed, checked, or shoved into the boards. Compare the examples of body checking and body contact in these free puck race drills. Body contact success is determined by the defensive player's approach to the checker. Angling skills are a very important part of the body contact method and are the first step in the progression leading to body checking. Angling on the approach allows the checker to direct the puck carrier to a space where the player runs out of room and must stop or be checked with a stick check or body contact. Here are a progression of drills to develop positioning for stick checking and body contact. In dot tag with a puck, the offensive players attempt to carry the puck to the pylon, dot, or crease, while the checker positions to execute the appropriate stick check or body contact. In dot tag without a puck, body contact can be improved. The checker controls the attacker's stick and blocks the space. In crease tag with a puck, the player practices checking in a game-like situation. These simple drills teach players how to contain and control the puck carrier without having to body check. Practice of these ideas in competitive drills will improve positioning and angling important for checking. Here are a progression of drills to help develop checking skills required to enhance contact confidence, leading to body checking. Elbow locks, bumping in pairs. Unlock, bumping in pairs. And as well, a simple game of own the dot or pylon. Remember, players must keep their arms crossed in this drill. Be sure your players are matched in size and ability. These contact exercises will improve a young player's stability on skates and improve skating. The final step in the progression to checking is body checking. In body checking, intentional contact is allowed in all areas of the ice. The defensive player may now make contact from any direction except from behind. Coaches, body checking is best learned by mature, skilled players. Be aware of the level of your players and follow the step-by-step approach. Coaches have the utmost responsibility in teaching players how to check properly and to teach respect for your opponent. Stick violations and hitting from behind are illegal in amateur hockey. These infractions often result from a lack of knowledge on how to check properly and a lack of respect for your opponent. In body checking, physical contact is established by the defensive player reading the movements of the offensive players and reacting through proper positioning and angling to separate the puck carrier from the puck. The individual tactic of body checking allows for the legal separation of the puck carrier and the puck by physical contact. The first stage of executing a body check is reading the play and positioning properly. Proper execution depends on skating skills using controlled skating with a good approach angle. This means steering. These skills must be developed at the younger levels of minor hockey. In the shoulder check on this 1-versus-1 rush, the defender deflects the attacker to the outside using the boards to cut off the carrier. To execute the shoulder check, the defender maintains a solid stance, closes the gap, and stops the attacker along the boards. Power comes from back leg extension and the shoulder. coaches must teach players to keep their arms, elbows, and sticks down when delivering a check. In open ice checking, the defender must have good backward skating skills, which enable good gap control. In the 1-versus-1 rush, the defender aligns outside shoulder to inside shoulder to deflect or steer the attacker to the outside. A shoulder block check is used to impede the puck carrier. The defender may also pivot and execute a takeout and pin along the boards. Important keys such as protect the middle lane and deflect the attack to the outside are critical in playing the rush. When the attacker cuts to the middle lane, the defender may use a straight arm, stick between legs technique to control the puck carrier. Be sure the stick is on the ice. Playing the body in open ice is a high-risk play. It should only be attempted if you outnumber the attackers, as in this 1-versus-2 situation. In finishing a check along the wall, the defender must execute a hit and pin technique. In this one-on-one, the defender has used angling skills to direct the attacker to the outside. The defender pivots and accelerates to cut off the puck carrier. Important points to emphasize are keep the stick low, locking the arm over the elbow. Take away the hands. Knee between the legs, rear extension to control the attacker. The checker must have a wide base and bent knees to ensure a strong position when checking. The attacker's arms and shoulders are turned into the boards with their chest pinned against the boards. Strong defenders may use 2 hands on the stick pressing on the hips to maintain control. Smaller checkers may use 1 hand on the stick to trap the puck carrier. As the knee locks between the legs, the free hand forces that attacker into the boards. In all cases, the strong stance creates strength and force through the hips to control the pin. A good teaching cue is to box the attacker's hips. Checking a puck carrier in the corner of a defensive zone is a very important skill for the defense to master. Controlled skating and approaching from an angle gives only one route of escape for the puck carrier. Read the degree of control of the puck carrier. If the player has full control, the defender must play more contained. If the control is partial, as in this forechecking example, the forechecker should pressure and close the gap more quickly. Another check which takes good individual skills to execute is a hip check. It requires good timing. The check is executed from a close gap with bent knees and the trunk parallel to the ice as the defender cuts into the puck carrier with the hip. Hip checks generally take place along the boards. Coaches should discourage defenders from using this check in open ice. It is a high-risk check. The roller check is used when a puck carrier has beaten a defender to the outside. The intent of the technique is to control the checker by turning the upper body into the boards. When receiving a body check, players must always be aware of their situation. The head must be up and they must scan the play. Be aware of the danger zone close to the boards and keep yourself alert in this area. Maintain a strong body position whether you are evading or receiving a check. Absorb checks along the boards with your arms and body. This video has covered the important basics of checking. Let's review these summary teaching points. The checker must always read the degree of puck control that the offensive player has. If the puck carrier has good control and is looking up ice, a controlled or contain approach is required. If the puck carrier or offensive player has poor puck control, the checker must pressure and close the gap, quickly executing the appropriate stick or body check as rules permit. What is wrong with these checkers in their approach? Always angle the puck carrier to reduce their options. Angle them where you want them to go. Always angle from the inside out, forcing the puck carrier to the boards. Ensure the checker maintains a defensive side positioning. Stay between your player and your net. Always skate with control and balance when approaching and delivering a check. Always keep your eyes on the offensive player's chest so as not to be fooled by head and stick fakes. When checking along the boards, it's important that the checker's stick is low and the arm and shoulder get in front of the puck carrier's body, ensuring the check is completed legally. Important nevers when checking are: never cross-check an opponent into the boards. Never push or trip an opponent into the boards. Never carry the stick up in the air when checking. Never use your stick in such a manner that the butt end can be used to hold or hook an opponent. Never hit a player from behind. Always respect your opponent. Remember that in minor hockey today, all kids involved in the game want an equal opportunity to play the game to the best of their ability and to have fun. The mastery of checking begins with skating skills. Checking requires a step-by-step teaching progression which includes positioning angling, stick checks, body contact, and body checking. Using this progression approach will guarantee the confident development of young players. This means enjoying the game and playing it longer.
When I watch body checking levels of hockey, there's no question that a lot of times becomes the most predominant factor in a game is body checking. And I think that the thing that's good about this progression with body contact is that if you teach body contact and the progressive steps leading to that, when you get to body checking, it's going to be safer, there'll be more effective body checkers, and the kids will have the skills required to avoid body checking. They're going to have good skating skills, and so I think the whole game should be a better game, more flow, more rhythm to it, and a more exciting game.